prison and up to $250,000 in fines. But hasn't your group been going to Cuba?
You're same?
Somebody has to be the first ones to go and to stand up and say, why can't you change this policy? In 1981, when the Vietnam veterans first went back to Vietnam, there was a lot of controversy, a lot of threats from the State Department, but let's look what happened down the road. Let's look what happened this past year. We've normalized relations with Vietnam.
Between Americans and Cubans on the basis that it will help.
So not only has it affected our rights to travel, where we, as free men in this country, we should have the right to travel where we want to travel, is also restricted some of the humanitarian work that would have been going on in Cuba for a number of years if these laws hadn't been into effect.
Other than going to protest the travel ban,
Things just have gotten very much worse in Cuba for the Cuban people, and they'll continue to get worse for the Cuban people. It'll be most difficult for them, and you know, I think that there are other ways of doing it besides an embargo. I think there's another way of dealing with Cuba.
Would you say that the
I think, you know, we had a wall that came down in Europe a number of years ago, you know. And I think now it's time we take that wall down from around the island of Cuba. If we're going to truly end the Cold War, it's my belief that we should start, or at least now, these days, finish it here in this hemisphere. They really think that these, in their minds, and I'm not speaking for them, but what I understand, they think that these restrictions are not only unconstitutional, but inhumane, for that matter. And Ed and I both, you know,